All right, let's talk about two of the most common and maybe most loaded words in the English language. I'm fine. We're going to dig into why this super simple phrase is actually incredibly complex and why sometimes it can be way more dangerous than you think.
You know the drill, right? Hey, how are you? I'm fine. Just think about it for a second. How many times have you said that this week? And be honest, how many times did you really, truly mean it? Yeah, it's just this automatic thing we do. But what happens when those two little words are actually a mask for something way, way darker?
Well, here's the thing. It's not just a harmless little white lie. See, when someone is really struggling, that reflex, it becomes a wall that's designed to push away the exact help they desperately need. And that is what makes it so dangerous. It's the big question we're going to try and answer today.
Okay, so let's get into it. To really get why this is so risky, we have to look at this phrase in a totally new way. It's not just about ending a conversation. When you're talking about deep, emotional pain, it's actually something else entirely. It's what some call a torturous engagement tactic.
And what's so wild about that term is the paradox, right? The moment you need connection the most, this reflex kicks in and creates distance. It's like this automatic defense mechanism that tragically ends up defending against the one thing that could actually help, a real human connection. It's basically a cry for help that sounds exactly like, go away.
But why? Why on earth would our brains do that? Well, let's look at the science behind this reflex, because it turns out there's this really deceptive logic going on, like a kind of internal sabotage that's actually engineered by depression.
Wow, what a powerful way to put it. Saying I'm fine when you're in agony, it's just a temporary fix, right? It gets you through that quick chat in the hallway, but it does absolutely nothing for the real problem underneath. It's all about hiding just how bad the wound really is.
And check this out. This is basically how that whole brain hijack works. It happens in 3 steps. First, you feel. The brain is just flooded with this incredible, overwhelming pain. Then, step 2, it misinterprets. And this is the key mistake. The brain gets it wrong and thinks that other people, that social connection, is the source of the danger, not the depression. So what does it do? Step 3, isolate. To protect itself, it triggers that reflex, I'm fine, to push everybody away.
And that's it, right there. That is the heart of the whole deception. Your brain's survival instinct, the thing that's supposed to keep you safe, gets completely hijacked. It's tricked. It starts to believe that the only way to survive this awful feeling is to be alone, to build a wall, and to just pretend everything is fine.
You know, getting a handle on this deception, that's everything. Because once you see it for what it is, it opens up a whole new path to empathy, to actually helping. And that brings us to what might be the single most important idea in this whole thing, a really critical distinction we have to make.
Okay, really look at this. This changes everything. On one side, you have the misconception that someone wants their life to end. But on the other side, the reality. For so many people, it's not that they want their life to end. They just want a feeling to end. See the difference? It's not about wanting to die. It's about a desperate, all-consuming need for an unbearable pain to just stop. That one little shift in perspective, it reframes the entire conversation.
And this is why that matters so much. Because as soon as you realize the goal isn't death, but just an end to the pain, suddenly there's an opening. It means if we can find another way to ease that pain, through support, through connection, through help, then we're offering a real alternative. The focus shifts from death to relief. And in that space, that's where hope can start to grow. So, let's leave you with this question to think about. We're all taught to just accept I'm fine and move on with our day. It's the end of the conversation. But what if it wasn't? What if we started to see it as the beginning of the real conversation, as a quiet little flag that tells us, hey, maybe lean in a little closer, maybe ask again. Maybe we can create a space where a different, truer answer can finally come out.